Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks, and I saw the double whammy of the holiday season, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Mufasa the Lion King, and I'm going to talk about both of them right now. Starting with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, this movie was absolutely great. It's my favorite of the trilogy. I'm a big fan of these movies, and even during their shortcomings, I still find a way to find a good amount of enjoyment in all of them, but this one is easily the best out of all of them. To put your worries to rest, the humans are sidelined. There's no subplots. They don't take up a good portion of the film. They are mainly in service of the characters you actually want to see in the film. Team Sonic, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, the two Robotniks, and Shadow. And the story here is basically just a feature adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2, and they did it excellently here. They go to some very dark places, but still keep it fun and entertaining to keep the kids enjoying stuff. But I cannot stress enough that the movie gets a bit dark and serious, and when it needs to be dark and serious, it actually handles that stuff very well. I still love these characters, and I think they've made the transition from video game to film in a great way. I love the dynamic between Team Sonic. They have great chemistry with each other. The two Robotniks were hilarious. Jim Carrey once again stealing the show, and Shadow's story was so well done. They did that superbly. They did it the best way they could. In my opinion, Keanu Reeves is pretty much Shadow now. That's all I'll hear and think about whenever I see him again. The animation and visual effects are stunning. It's just imagine if we did not get the redesign, just how far we've come with these movies and the visual effects and animation. It looks so stunning. The designs have definitely grown and improved since that first film, and the action sequences are so excellent and so awesome, well put together. They lead to some of the biggest, most amazing moments in the film. The climax of this movie, oh my god, it is a Dragon Ball episode. Full stop, full force, just a Dragon Ball episode. That is all I'll say. It is as cool and as epic and as amazing as it sounds. It is, oh my god, I don't cheer, I don't applaud, I don't act like Marvel fans when they cheer and clap, but let me tell you, I cheered and clapped and went nuts during this movie, especially the climax, mostly the climax, but man, that was a fun time. And the credit sequences, oh my god, I screamed and cheered even more. It just gave me everything I wanted and more. If there's any flaws with the film, I will say the middle sags a bit. It doesn't lag, it doesn't go downhill, but there is a bit of a sag. It slows down a bit. There are some extra side characters who I think are a bit pointless, and some of the humor still doesn't really land for me, but still, I had a great time with this movie. This gave me everything I wanted to and more. It's hilarious, it's heartwarming, it's action-packed, it's everything you wanted out of this movie to be. Easily the best of the trilogy, easily the best video game adaptation in my opinion. I cannot recommend this enough. Definitely go check it out. I think the kids are gonna like it. I think the adults, the parents are gonna really dig it, and certainly the Sonic fans are going to love this movie. I highly recommend it. Can't say the same about Mufasa though. I will say this movie is better than the live action Lion King, because this is actually trying to be, a new story. They didn't take the lazy route and just said, we're just gonna remake Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. They actually tried to do something original, and I honestly do appreciate and commend them for that. I also think that some of the filmmakers definitely learned some of the lessons from the last movie. The big criticism is that it's the Lion King, but the animals don't show facial expressions, but here they are very expressive, very emotive. You can actually tell when these lions are happy and sad, and I gotta commend them for that. They actually did learn from the criticism, at least on that aspect. And I'll be honest, while I think everyone did a great job, I think Aaron Pierre pretty much stole the show. He's no James Earl Jones, but his performance brought the sincerity, the warmth, the heart of the original Lion King here, you can definitely tell this was definitely a big role for him, and he definitely had a lot of fun doing this. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing him voice act a bit more. He was really good in this movie, and for the first half, I definitely saw the potential here. I think it sets things up pretty promisingly, not great by any means, but I was like, okay, this can go somewhere. But once they get on the journey, it all comes crumbling down for me, unfortunately. It's less of an origin story for Mufasa and more of just a bunch of callbacks and origin stories for just the Lion King. Pretty much it's the origin story of, how a lot of things in the Lion King came to be, how they met Sarabi, how Scar got his scar, how Rafiki got his stick, how Pride Rock was formed, and a lot of this felt very forced and really unnecessary, and they wanted it to be these big cheer-worthy moments going, remember that from the original Lion King? That's cool. And it's like, okay, did we really need to know all of that? And the film is always on fast motion. It is go, 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 go. So we never really get to digest or understand these characters' relationships, like something like Transformers 1 or Wicked, where it gave you time to understand the characters' motivations and why they really loved and respected each other and why the fallout happened between the two characters. Here you don't really get that, and the reason for the main conflict between Scar and Mufasa is so really stupid and dumb, and his turn to the dark side is just instant. Like, he becomes a completely different character. I also felt like the actor, he didn't do a bad job, but he was trying to more resemble Jeremy Irons than Chiwetel Ejiofor, which isn't bad, I guess, but considering that this is supposed to be the prequel to the live action Lion King and not the animated Lion King, you gotta wonder what were the notes they gave him? Was this him doing his own thing? I'm a bit confused. And God, this movie is not funny. Just none of the jokes landed, and the characters who supplied those jokes were so annoying. Timon and Pumbaa were the best part of the quote unquote live action Lion King, but they were the worst parts in this one. Just every time they were on screen, I just hated them, which is a shame because I love Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen, but my God, their comedy sucked here. And Zazu was even more annoying. He just felt so pointless. He did basically nothing. He contributed barely anything here, and once again, his jokes were not funny. Even the songs, which are done by Lin-Manuel Miranda, which I thought would be the highlights, weren't bad, but they were very forgettable. I will not remember any of these songs in this movie, unfortunately. I think I Always Wanted a Brother was the best song. It's catchy, it's upbeat, it's positive, but that's all I can say about it. I don't really remember too much about it. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't like this movie all that much. It is better than the last, quote unquote live action Lion King, as it actually does stuff better than that. It's not just the Lion King again, and you can actually tell what the characters are feeling this time around, but its shortcomings definitely overpower the positives for me. I just didn't really care about this movie. If you like it, that's good for you, but me personally, I'm Team Sonic here. I cannot recommend seeing Mufasa the Lion King. It just wasn't that good. And those were my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Mufasa the Lion King. What were your thoughts on these movies? Do you agree with me? Did you like Sonic better than Mufasa? Or did you like Mufasa better than Sonic? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all those social media links right there. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.